Well, this is a real soca parang, all right? So I want everybody to get together and do something nice. Lesson, you ready? Let me go.
My great-great-grandmother, Mistress Rubble, teach me proverbs and put me in trouble. I wouldn't lie.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to a very, very special presentation of Tamasha. I'm your host, Carol Singh, alongside Andrew.
Hi, good evening, listeners. And of course, this is on multicultural television. And as you can see, for once, Carol and I are matching, and that's because we're paying tribute to two very special cultural icons, two legends, two Trinidadians, two sons of the soil who have recently passed. May they forever rest in peace. Of course, Kenwrick Joseph, also known as
Kenny J.
And the late, great Clifton Ryan, 93 years old, also known as
The Mighty Bummer.
Yes, Carol, and we have a very special show lineup to you today, and we actually have some legends in studio to honor these two, Carol.
That's right, and we promise there's not going to be a dull moment on today's presentation of Tamasha. Andrew, we hosted Kenny J a few weeks ago as we kicked off our Christmas season here on Tamasha.
Yeah, it's really sad because I think he was on our second Christmas episode of Tamasha.
Yes.
So it really is sad to see him go on. And of course, the Mighty Bomber is really one of the, in the top 5 in the great calypso artists of all time.
Yes.
And of course, today, like I mentioned, we have we have a very lovely show here today because we have two legends, two Extempo legends, Black Sage and the Contender will be paying tribute to Kenny J and the Bomber in their own ways. We also are very privileged, that should be, to have the young Bomber, son of the Mighty Bomber, paying tribute to his father. And then Castle George.
Yes.
Castle George. Carol had a little fun with Castle George.
We had loads of fun. And it all reminds me, Andrew, when we hosted Kenny, we had so much fun. He's really a joy. He was really a joy to work with.
Yep, so without further ado, let's go to our first presentation, which is the man himself, Black Sage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Philip Murray, the Black Sage, and we are here today to pay a special tribute to a great stalwart, in fact, to two great stalwarts of the Calypso art form. One is Mr. Kenwrick Joseph, better known as Kenny J, and the other, Mr. Clifton Ryan, also known as the Mighty Bomber. I'm going to do a little one first piece of both of them songs because we have a lot of things in store for you today. We even have Bomber son on the program here to pay your father full respect in song. We go start with Kenny J. All you know this one. He sang many songs, nice double meaning. He was a witty fella, good voice. He had a Aloes and Baron voice, if you understand what I mean. Very witty, but this was one of his most instructive calypsos. You all may remember it. AIDS is a killer. It was sent by the master to put man and woman back in order. And you could be faithful like Mary. You're refusing Tom, Dick, and Harry. But your cheating partner brings it home quite easily. So if you want to play clown and continue fooling around, I say remember, darling, AIDS go through your dung. I say remember, darling, AIDS go through your dung. Hold on, slow down. AIDS go through your dung. Slow down, AIDS go through your dung. Kenwrick Joseph, Kenny J, all you must remember that one because it was such an instructive song dealing with one disease. And I mean, you make such a beautiful effort against one disease to succumb to the flaws of another disease. But that's life. We give thanks for the man. We give thanks for the contribution he made to Calypso. And this next singer here, the Mighty Bomber. He was born in Grenada, but his father was from Serrano Road in Belmont. So he is a Trini to the bone, okay? The mighty bomber, Clifton Ryan. He beat Sparrow. He beat the mighty Sparrow in a Tamasha, in a Calypso King final, you know, to do that. One of the few people, and it wasn't no easy achievement, I tell you, because Sparrow always sung, here, bomber, beautiful. Two little children, James and Joan, playing games by themselves alone. Two little children, Joan and James, down by the seaside playing games. Joan asked James what he want to play. He making style and he wouldn't say. The answer he gave her, I had to laugh. The little vagabond turned and he tell the craft, he say, dying, dying. Come now, we play little mommy. You is the mommy, and I is the daddy. Dying, dying. Make up the bed and we do. And when we get up tomorrow, me and you go mine little popo. Clifton Ryan, the mighty bomber. Now in the constraints of time, we have real people here to pay tribute. I have coming up for you the one and only young son of the mighty bomber. And he will come and give you one of his father's famous selections.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Hot inside, very, very hot to life. I'm your host, Gordon Journey, Monday and Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. for Sports Inside.
Hi guys, I'm Candice Barrett-Nahus and I'm your host of Everything Woman, coming to you every week on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. right here on MCTV. So check us out every week where we talk about hard-hitting topics that affect us as women in our society. We're going to have real, honest, open, raw discussions that you really want to be part of and you don't want to miss. Check us out every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on MCTV.
Put me in trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Welcome back, viewers, to Tamasha. Tamasha, which translates a grand show on MCTV, multicultural television. A very, very special presentation this evening as we pay tribute to the late, great Kenny G. With me on set, I've got the man himself. We heard him earlier. He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Mine is the pleasure to formally introduce to our viewers this evening, Black Sage. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening to you and all the listeners of MCTV, multicultural television in Trinidad and abroad. Now, me and Kenny G, we go way, way, way back, eh? In 1986, Stag advertised, Mr. Dennis Ramdeen advertised for Calypsos all over Trinidad. They received hundreds of entries, and here who they pick, eh? They pick me, Kurt Alain, Kenny G, Brother Ebony, and Manchild. Content they hear them names they pick? And that was 86, you know. And Kenny has been coming through the years singing great calypsos until he jumped on the soca parang bandwagon. And I think that was very lucrative for him and for others. Conta crazy, you know. Kenny didn't want to sing Kaiso again. Because of parang soca. And I think he was working up to the last contender. And he was on a show the other day by Johnny King birthday. Right. You see the kind of man he was? He had a good heart. He make a little money, but he would have give it. If Kenny, you meet Kenny in a function, and you say, Kenny boy, I want to drink, you know. Kenny go carry a tea trunk, and he go bust tea trunk, and he had anything you want to drink in the trunk. He was a fella like that. Generous.
He was indeed a people's person.
Generous to a fault, you know. So, Kenny boy, I pay full respect to you. We love you. The whole nation did love you. You had one of the greatest voices in Calypso, comparable to fellas like Baron and Soca and Sugar Aloes. He had a voice, he had a presence, he commanded the stage well. He was a kind of ladies' man. He had a naughty wit. You know, he was a very kind of, he could be rival when he ready, eh? But he also sang great songs like AIDS is a Killer, which was one of the great AIDS anthems ever produced in the country. You know, so Kenny, full respect to you. Thank you for your contribution.
Well, Black Sage, thank you. Let me say on behalf of all of us here at MCTV and Tamasha crew, thank you very, very, very much. And of course, we do look forward to your visit again in studio. I heard from a little birdie that you're looking for a job.
Yes, I am. I really am. I had a nice radio job called Extempo News Bites, you know, on 102 FM. When Sir Charles or Jared Butts read the news, I would come after the news and I would extempo on the news. You know.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
It's a serious situation with humor. Of course, it could be politically correct and, you know, radio worthy. Yeah, we go there with no stupidness and no negative kind of thing. Yes. It was good, and if I can reprise it on this station, I would be very glad.
It would be lovely to have you. It would be lovely to...
Thank you very much.
Most welcome, most welcome.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Hi folks, I'm Chef Johnny Chow. Welcome to the Exotic Cuisine.
I wouldn't lie.
And that was the Black Sage himself, of course. We can't get any better than that, but we can. Because, of course, we are paying tribute to the mighty bomber, Clifton Ryan, as well. And we are very, very privileged to have in studio his son, the young bomber, paying tribute to his father, Clifton Ryan, the mighty bomber.
I was dreaming in my dream when I bounced up spoiler, telling him why I'm a hard luck fella. I dreaming in my dream when I bounced up spoiler, telling him why I'm hard luck in Calypso. It's so much as I singing good Calypso songs, and everything I do, bomb, I'm doing it wrong. This year I want to win Calypso King, so I told Spoiler, give me a song to sing, and he told me, sing about Alice in Wonderland. How she said so much of tears in a pitch oil pan. When the pitch oil train overflow, the girl swim from Tongue to San Fernando, me darling. I wanna fall. She sat down on a tombstone in Mokorapo. Cemetery all talking about Calypso. I asked him about Pride Destroyer and Killer, Invader himself and the late Sir Galba, and he told me every night them fellas flocking up with tent. They ballin', oh they ballin', they ain't got a cent. Before the spoils could finish explain, I beg him for a next Calypso again. He told and told me, sing about the dotage string Begonian, who they send with $1 to buy onion. When he come back to hear the shout, the dollar get away from me hand and 10 cents fly out, oh me darling. I wanna fall. Sing it out, boys.
Ready?
My great-great-grandmother, Mistress Rubble, teach me proverbs and get me in trouble. I wouldn't lie, my great-great-grandmother, Madame Rubble, teach me proverbs and get me in trouble. She say, how you make your bed so you lie, and you never miss the water till well run dry. But the proverbs that really catch me, my friend, is when she tell me that the longest rope have an end. So the next day I went by my partner Pope. I look on the ground, I see a piece of rope. I pull the rope till my hand get gone. I never see rope long so since I born. But coming to the end when I raised my head, I had to take off and fall out, oh God, my dead. The proverb she taught me was so awful, because at the next end of the rope was a big pit bull, oh my lad, oh.
Let me go.
I meet a man in my house with my wife. If it was you, you would have taken your life. I meet a man in my house one night. If it was you, you would have out the light. Not me, I am a bad-minded fella. I planned something worse for the mister. Ashamed to tell you what I do. You might try it too. People ask me, beat up the man.
I say, what's that?
You cut off his hand.
I say, what's that?
Well, I call the mister by name. How the light in his face and I make him shame.
Clifton Ryan, the mighty bomber, done by his son, his own flesh and blood. And that's nice to see the younger one carrying on the culture and still giving his father's work and memory. Because I'm telling you, Bomber, I've never seen Bomber not get an anchor in the tent. Never ever. He was one of the best renderers in Kaisu. You could ask Kitchener that, but you know Kitchener going to the great beyond as well.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Hi folks, I'm Chef Johnny Chow. Welcome to the Exotic Cuisine.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Welcome back to Tamasha, and of course it is a tribute concert. I'm wearing all black because we are honoring two of our cultural icons, Kenny J, and of course the late great mighty bomber, 93 years old. You'd have to say it's a very good innings. And we have, well, I guess the next in line, as it were, the young bomber, son of the mighty bomber, joining us in studio. And of course, it was so lovely to hear the tribute to your father. And then, of course, having Contender in studio, Black Sage in studio, it was like Kaiso, MCTV, young bomber. I think your father, did we make your father proud is the most important question right now.
Yes, my father would be proud to hear this kind of thing because he was always a jolly person. He always liked to see people have fun. You know, he always liked to see people have fun, and that is what my father, he would have enjoyed this.
Now, you would have grown up, obviously you would have known your father for your entire life, and you would have grown up, and then you would have seen him evolve and change into the Calypso, and you would have started off in the old school Calypso days, and now Calypso has evolved into these times. Tell us a little bit about the insight into growing up behind the scenes with a man who knew the art form inside and out.
Right. What I must say is that my father took this thing very seriously. This was not a joke for my dad. He took it very serious. He used to have us coaching. He used to coach us at home. He will call us and we have sessions. And when you come to the session, you're not just singing any old way. He will tell you exactly what he wants you to say, how he wants you to pronounce the words. And he will always say, if you say something, so if you say love, the audience must feel love. Anything you say, the audience must feel it. And when you're not singing it right, you used to say, no! And you will stop. So we used to have sessions, and he will write. I must say he was a prolific writer. And what I would like to let people know today, and I know this will be news, my father only had up to 3rd standard education. His dad died when he was 9 years, and his mother died when he was 12. Or vice versa. I can't remember exact right now. But he only had up to 3rd standard education. And he educated himself. He edified himself by picking, when people throw out books, he will take them. And he started buying his newspapers and reading. And while we were growing up, that was his thing. He always used to buy encyclopedias, and he always encouraged us to educate ourselves. And when we speak properly, as Prang used to call him, a man of sartorial elegance and impeccable diction.
Now, of course, over the years that he would have been performing and producing music, he would have done so many songs, so many memorable songs. Which ones in particular were your favorite of his collection? If let me put you on the spot here. If you had to pick a top 5 from Mighty Bomber, what would it be?
Right. My personal top song is United States of the West Indies. And I love that song because of the way he put it together. And he talks about unity. United States of the West Indies is talking about all the Caribbean countries coming together under one flag, having one currency, right? So USWI, as it is commonly called. Mistress Rubble, with Proverbs is the correct name. Of course, Joan and James, commonly called Dying, right? Foolish people and cases because of the wit. My father was he always sings songs with double antenna. Some people say it is smart, but it's not smart. It is not smart. For instance, some people call Dying, which is Joan and James, a smart. He said, no, that's not a smart. I was talking about the love I have for my wife and for my family. And they were married and they were together since she was age 17 until his death.
Now, I know this is a very emotional time for you, and of course, all the love from MCTV to your family, friends, well-wishers, and all the fans of the Mighty Bomber around the world. And I mean, I will discuss this matter with, of course, the contender as he's here. But you know, in Trinidad, we don't really honor people until they've gone. I mean, we are trying to honor the Mighty Bomber because we're now established and things like that. But was there enough appreciation shown from the officials and the authorities for your father and for the art form and for what he produced?
Well, I remember when I was young, way back when they used to give the Hummingbird, was that the Hummingbird medal?
Yeah, yes. I think the Hummingbird medal.
He received that medal. But that's the only thing that he received from the powers that be. And in his in the late part of his career, he sang a song speaking about don't wait until he go to give him a posthumous award. He said that. He said, give him now, let the whole world know that he's the godfather of Calypso. And I believe that much more could have been done. But whatever is done now, I am thankful. But I'm urging the powers that be to let us start honoring people when they are alive and not when they die.
And of course, in honoring your father, the ultimate honor that a father could ever have is his son following in his footsteps. And how do you intend to honor your father and continue in your own Calypso, your own Calypso beat?
Well, if I may say, I sang Calypsos for 3 years at the Calypso Review. That was 1988, 89, and 90. But at that time, my dad, he was not singing at that time because he had stopped for 8 seasons, and then he came back and he sang, and then he stopped singing straight Calypsos, and then he started singing gospel Calypso. So I don't want to make any promise that I will follow in his footsteps at this time.
Well, of course, I know you will honor your father in your own personal way. And again, commiserations to all that has happened in recent times. And I know that you're going through even more right now. So, young Bomber, thank you very much. The Mighty Bomber, rest in peace, good sir. Continue singing in heaven. We will definitely keep playing it here on MCTV and, of course, in Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be right back with more Tamasha.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
In spite of the pandemic, our courts are meeting daily. On a weekly basis almost, we have decisions being handed down which have the potential to affect you in your day-to-day lives. On the social contract, we critically examine these decisions and let you know what, if any, impact they have on you. My name is Michael Ruplau. I am your host of the Social Contract on Multicultural Television.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Carol, it was nice to hear the young Bomber sing his father's song.
Yes, indeed. It was really, really nice.
And I just have to say, Carol, that, you know, we were at a level now. We're going to take it up a notch.
That's right.
Because guess who's in studio? Along with Black Sage, it's Contender. So you know what happening.
Exactly. I'm so
Extempo
looking forward to this. I'm so looking forward to this, Andrew.
There we go.
Let's go.
This is my Extempo colleague, the one and only Contender. And he come in here and me and Contender giving an Extempo tribute. So we're doing two of them. We good to go. Let's go. Contender, Mark John. Ladies and gents, we gathered here today to pay respect to Mr. Kenny J. Kenny J, I will have you know, had one of the sweetest voices in Calypso. Kenny was a great Calypsonian. He was also great at soca parang. The whole nation danced to Kenny J tune. All I could say, Kenny boy, you are gone too soon.
Babale, hey. Well, Black Sage boy, I'm putting it to you. We paying tribute to the bomber too. Mr. Clifton Ryan, a great, great man. Yes, listen, partner. He was the godfather, and I want you to know, the godfather of Calypso.
Alabadaina, Alabadaina, Alabadaina. What you said is true, dear, without a doubt. You know how many Calypsonians Bomber put out? Many Calypsonians, I'm very sure. The mighty Bomber is them he used to compose for. And some of them singers, I will have you know, some of them were future monarchs of Calypso. And mighty Bomber, I'll also have you know, one of the few Calypsonians to beat the mighty Sparrow.
Well, Black Sage boy, I also have to pay tribute to Kenny J. Yes, always stiff. Mr. Kenwrick Joseph, I want you to know, he made great contributions also. He was in a bang. He is one of the kings of soca parang.
Alamadina, Lamalamani. And Kenny J was very generous, and I would say that was advantageous, because I'll say something about Kenny. All you didn't know, he gave money to the needy. Kenwrick Joseph, without a doubt, there's plenty needle people he used to help out. And what I'm saying is, no mama guy, you could ask Contender if you feel I lie.
Bambade. Well, Black Sage boy, between you and I, that was not a lie. What you just say, that is true about Kenny J. These two guys, they both played their part. They contributed to the art. Now they are both deceased, and may their souls rest in peace.
It gives me sadness, but also pleasure, to pay respects to these two masters. I am sorry they are gone, but you know the Calypso have to go on. So I want to thank the both of them for the contribution they made to me and our children. These two legends, I will have you know, they were really great stalwarts in Calypso.
Well, this is a real soca parang, all right? So I want everybody to...
Welcome back to Tamasha, and of course we had two Extempo and cultural greats grace our very lowly stage, but it's still at our stage nevertheless, Black Sage and Contender. And of course, Contender, well known in the Extempo circles, but he wears many hats, even though he's not wearing one right now. He's also the president of the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians. chairman, my apology, chairman of TUCO. Contender, again, it was a pleasure having you here, Black Sage. Black Sage pulled an extempo on me because he just dropped you in, and I didn't know that you were coming. You were a topic that I didn't know was coming, but thank you very much for coming.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure being here, and it's an honor, and because I'm chairman of TUCO North Zone. You know, TUCO is made up of zones, right? And well, of course, I'm a member of the General Council of TUCO. And as I said, it's fitting that I'm here in the sense that two great icons, well, have passed on, and TUCO, on behalf of the organization, we want to offer condolences to their families and friends, and you know, and on behalf of the organization. So you know, and Boma was a member, as a matter of fact, of TUCO North Zone, and well, they were both members of TUCO, but Kenny J was South Zone, and Boma North Zone life member.
So let's start with your memories of Kenny J. I mean, Black Sage talked about growing up with him or coming into the circuit as a young gun. You're all about the same age. So have you and Kenny J shared the experience of a Calypsonian from young fellows up to this age?
Yeah. Well, I would have known Kenny when he came into Calypso. The fact is that, well, like in my case, I am 55 years in Calypso. So I've been there a long time, even with Boma and them fellas, you know. Kenny J, as I say, I was junior Calypso Monarch in 1966 and 1967, right? And Kenny J would have come in at a point in time, well, much later than that, but in the 80s. And I also was in a position, because I'm not only Calypsonian, I was also a public servant, right? Retired 10 years now, 40 years in the public service. And I've known Kenny J even outside of Calypso, because I used to work at the police administrative building, police administration, where I was in charge of the civilian staff in that building. So then I would have known Kenny J in his capacity as a police officer. So even from that time, and then also there were Calypso competitions in the police service, and that was a very popular competition. A lot of people would have come from that competition into Calypso. So all that time, and then what I can say is that Kenny J is very, his humor, he has a lot of humor in him, would always be making jokes and making fun and having, even the other night, when we had that was Johnny King's 70th birthday concert. And Kenny was very jovial, and you know what I'm saying? And he also presented a check for $16,000 to Phil Simmons. You know, radio announcer, right? Phil the Trill from Laventille.
Right.
Phil was off the air for a while. He retired for a while. But Kenny J saw it fit to contribute $16,000 to Phil Simmons for his contribution to the art form. You know? That is something, at this point in time especially, as Phil Simmons himself said, in a pandemic and this kind of figure I see here, boy, I really appreciate this, yes? You know what I'm saying?
A legend in more ways than one, definitely, Mr. Kenny J. Kenwrick Joseph.
Yes.
Now let's move on. We have the young bomber here. Of course, he fondly remembered his father, Mighty Bomber. I want to ask you, because I couldn't ask him where his father ranks amongst the greats, but I could probably ask you, where does Mighty Bomber rank amongst the greats of Calypso?
Yeah, well, he ranks very highly, and I can't put it better than Bomber himself put it. Bama says that don't wait till I gone to honor me and that sort of thing. He say, I want the world to know I am the godfather of Calypso. So, Bama says that he is the godfather. And if you are the godfather of Calypso, that is a...
Well, there's nothing more to be said at this point. Thank you very much for coming. That was the interview there. No, but generally, I mean, he's the godfather of Calypso. What direct influence did he have on you then?
Well, people like Bama, no, Bama's composing skills, right? That is one of the things that I admire. If you go through my career and the works that I've done, I've been credited, I can't beat my own drum, for doing some beautiful works. And as a matter of fact, you know something? If ever you have the opportunity, you could go back from my repertoire, and there is a song in my repertoire called Mistaken Identity. If you check that song, I forget the year, but it's easy to identify. It's the year when the bomber, you know when you had a bomber up by Kentucky and bomb all about? I would have said in Mistaken Identity, it was played recently, and people said, boy, in other words, I had the foresight then to say that this, I was passing and overheard a conversation where a lady was telling somebody that the bomber that bombing up the place, she understands is Clifton Ryan. The bomber. And I, in the Calypso, says, no, not my bomber. You're mad? That bomber would never do such a thing. Here, who is that bomber? Sang dying, he do this and that here, right? So that, Miss Lady, that is Mistaken Identity. And this bomber did so-and-so song, and them same song. Worse than that, and that, and that, and that. And this bomber is a bomber, a man of sartorial elegance. He will never bomb somebody, and that sort of thing. So that tells you what I thought about Bama. As a matter of fact, I had personal experiences, like in 1973, when I did karate, which was a national hit and thing. Bama, that is one of the things about Bama. He would take you on the, he would come home, and because we both from East Mooring. You know, East Mooring is up Lavantie. West Mooring is down the road, but East Mooring is up the hill.
But they have nicer hills,
So, Bama would, when we sang at the original Young Brigade, in 73, I was a young fella, Bama would come down because he was the stage manager now, and would make sure everything is in order. Bama would come down, pick me up, and carry me to Skinner Park and these places in a vehicle, right? And there were also other people on that cast too who you would have picked up. You wouldn't believe that. People like Arrow would have been in that car when Bama come to pick me up. And to a certain extent, Beckett would have been making the trip to now. So that is the kind of Bama would advise you as to the clothes, how you wear, and maybe point out a line. And he did a lot of work for a lot of Calypsonians. Like Sexy Susie to mention, one, who he would have shown and directed and assisted, and he had a workshop, you know what I'm saying? So Bama would have contributed significantly, and then the pleasant way he had about him. You never hear Bama use an obscene word and that sort of thing. And that was the kind of thing about Bama. And he had the full respect of the fraternity.
Contender, I mean, we've been talking only heaviness now, but I have to ask you about more heaviness, boy, because we will play mass in a little while. COVID still COVID playing mass inside of the Trinidadian. So I want to know the adaptation 2022. Is Tuco planning anything big? Is anything happening? What is going to happen with our long-suffering Calypsonians? They're suffering even before COVID-19. And now they're just in a rut, boy. I don't know what else to say. What is the plan going forward for Calypso and the Calypsonians in COVID?
Well, to a certain extent, well, we could only do what we could do, because but the authorities hold the key and everything else in terms of financing and that sort of thing. But we know it has been difficult for the last 2 years, as you have said, right? And you would have heard the Prime Minister say that there would be
limited
that
events.
is as far as, and we would appreciate that, because we would appreciate that, to the fullest, right? Of course, there will be conditions. The government has a policy and what have you, but we're going to be only willing to be part of that sort of thing, right? Well, of course, we would have looked at doing innovative shows, but you see this virtual thing now, a number of shows are happening, because apart from the actual effects that the pandemic has on the art form, there are certain areas where it's positive too, in the sense that it makes you creative, and as a matter of fact, the virtual aspect of it, you will be seen more around the world and that sort of thing. But coming back to the point of the shows, the staging of the shows, subventions and assistance or what have you, for the marketing and the promotions of the Calypso tent and things, these have been largely financed by the government, all right, the authorities, and hopefully we're going to get a positive response so that a number shows maybe, I don't know exactly for the competitions specifically, but we are hoping that the best thing that happen coming out for 2022.
Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, fingers crossed, we would love to see some live Calypso. And it would be nice to see anything in our audience right now. Would be great, because you can't even go anything with our audience right now. But this is Tamasha, Mr. Contender. Thank you very much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And honestly, all the best going forward with everything. And keep pushing the art form. That's all we could say.
Well, I appreciate that. And I also want to say that I'm very impressed with people like your organization. I come here, and I've been looking. As a matter, I was privy to doing an interview, and I didn't even know it was for here prior to now. But the point is, people like you and what you're doing is very much needed and appreciated in Trinidad and Tobago.
Santi Manite. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Tamasha.
Teach me proverbs and put me in trouble. I wouldn't lie.
Hot inside, very hot to life. I'm your host, Gordon Pejani, Monday and Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. for Sports Inside.
Hi folks, I'm Chef Johnny Chow. Welcome to the Exotic Cuisine.
I wouldn't lie.
That was absolutely lovely. Two legends of Extempo paying tribute to the two late legends, Kenny J and the Mighty Bomber. Now, Carol, yes, it's nice, it's all lovely and well to pay tribute to these gentlemen.
Yes,
These fallen legends. But we have two living, breathing Extempo maestros in studio.
Capital M to the S.
Real capital S, yeah? Okay, so Carol is going up a little Extempo of our own. So, of course, if we had them in studio, here on the Tamasha stage, we can't let them go without doing a little Extempo. Of course,
a little battle. Yeah. How we gonna look?
A little social commentary.
A little battle.
I want to hear what they have to say. Let me take it in.
Let's go.
Right now I see a gentleman, he holding some topics there in his hand. And I know we have no problem. Immediately me and Contender go sing on them. The topic he gave me, some people left feeling nice. They talking about the raising flour price. Because you know I am so amazed. When flour price increase, everything does raise. You're going for a roti, I am very sure. To buy a roti, boy, you have to pay more. So right now, all I had to say, I had to pay $6 for one doubles today.
Hey. Well, look, I tell you, it isn't nice. We talking about the rise in price. Well, look, take it from Contender. There is in the price of flour. And what you say, Black Shade, is true. Doubles and thing going to raise up too. That price rise, look, it is weird. But we also have to pay more for bread.
It is a nice topic, please understand. I have to sing about Mr. Roshan Parasram. This young fella, I had to confess, fighting the pandemic, he did the best. Roshan Parasram, I had to declare, he got individual of the award last year. And I don't care who want to say I have nerve. That is an award that Roshan well deserve.
Well, listen, partner, that's the chief medical officer. Yes, telling you as man, we talking about Roshan Parasram. I'm telling you for sure, he fighting the COVID war. And I'm telling you, I saying plain, he doing a good job again.
Laba laba badai. Well, right now we only have a problem. Ever since the PDP beat PNM, PDP beat them bad, I would love you to know. 14 seats to 1 there in Tobago. Celestine gone, PNM of course. Right now, Farley Augustine, he is the boss. They beat PNM in Tobago and Rowley sad. And PDP say they come into Trinidad.
Well, look, that was a problem for the PNM. Everybody know what happened in Tobago. Look, I'm saying to everyone, PDP, they win 14-1. Yes, and that's true. I'm putting it to you.
Well, this COVID well caused bacchanal. Last year it killed the whole carnival. 2022 I am still in pain. COVID want to kill carnival again. But I want to tell all you the facts. We could still have carnival if all are we vax. So I really had to comment. For this carnival, COVID should not stop the Calypso tent.
I say COVID in carnival. COVID want to stop the bacchanal. That is severe blows. COVID damaging we shows. Look, we can't grind. COVID stopping girls, they can't whine. I'm telling you, that isn't true. We still want carnival in 22.
Well, I really can't understand the scene. Why people hesitant to take the vaccine. Unless they take the vaccine, without a doubt, we'll be unable to wipe the COVID out. And you know, I'll say candidly, when he bring vaccine, all of them vex with Rowley. But I have to tell you, and this is true, I taken vaccine and I taken my booster too.
Well, look, I really don't know why people are hesitant so to take the vaccine. That is what I mean. Look, you take it from me. I take my booster and all already. So who want? Them could complain. I go take about 60 more vaccine again.
Well, ladies and gents, I really love this one. Multicultural television, because Trinbago, may I be so bold, the most cosmopolitan nation in the world. And this station, I am very sure, is every race, every culture they catering for, and they are performing without any flaws. Give MCTV a lusty round of applause.
Well, people, look, take it from me. I must applaud MCTV. I'm telling you as man, one of the newest stations in the land. And look, I'm talking as man, they have some very good programs. Yes, culturally, is the best for me.
Contender, my friend, I had to own MCTV. I only have nice programs alone, because I really had to declare, look at the beautiful people they have working here. I'm glad you invite me to this club. I want to come here and to get a job. And if I get a job here, I'm saying, of course, I want this lovely lady to be my boss.
Well, Black Sage Boy, between both of us, you're making me feel jealous. Yes, I'm telling you, man, and I want you to understand. Look, Black Sage, look, I agree. What you say about the lady, I don't try to make her shame, but no, Carol is her name.
So I have to tell all my MCTV friends that every good thing must come to an end. Ladies and gents, I have to declare, me and the contender and young bomber, we were glad to be here.
Black Sage Boy, look at talking flat. What you say there, I agree with that. I really don't want to complain, but if they call me, we go come back here again.
Thank you very much. Full tribute to the mighty bomber and to the man Kenwrick Joseph, Kenny G, the Multicultural Television and MCTV. We say thank you.
Andrew, that was brilliant. I love it.
There's only 3 words to describe that. Hot and sweaty.
That's
Carol,
right.
3, 2, 1. Santi Manite. God, you have to love our culture, boy, Carol. We sweet too bad, you know.
Over sweet. Over sweet.
Over sweet. And of course, I mean, boy, I could listen to them all day, you know.
All day long, all day. And when I tell you, Andrew, that was like raw talent. I loved the wit.
And just to
humor.
let our viewers know that that piece there was not staged at all.
Totally
They
unrehearsed.
had no idea of the topics, and they did that off the top of their head. Black Sage contender, we take our hats off to you.
Hats off, guys. Hats off. Brilliant job.
We had to take a break and cool down after that. We have to take a break and cool down.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to take a little break, and we come back just now.
We'll be right back.
Hi folks, I'm Chef Johnny Chow. Welcome to the Exotic Cuisine.
Sport Insight, where we bring sport to life. Be viewing every Monday and Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. right here on MCTV.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Welcome back, viewers, to Tamasha. Very, very, very special presentation this evening. And mine is the pleasure, viewers, we're extremely happy to have on the sets of Tamasha this evening the very, very handsome, the very charming Mr. Castle George.
Hi, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me at MCTV. It's a pleasure to be here.
Castle, as I said, we're delighted, and you look lovely this evening. I'm really feeling those prints on you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is tailor-made, so yes, thank you very much.
Fantastic. This is a very special presentation of Tamasha as we continue to pay tribute to the legend, Kenny G. And Castle, before we go to your tribute, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Castle George, also known as Hekaya, but in the Parang fraternity, I'm more popular for being the manager and music director of a young Parang band called Voices de Promesa. And I mean, being in the Parang fraternity, you know you would always have the runnings with the Kenny G and his grunter, especially Uncle Kenny G. A couple of weeks ago, I had the privilege of doing background vocals for him at Parang with Room, and it was a fantastic experience. Let me tell you, Uncle Kenny J, as I know him, is a really humble guy, and if you know him for his steel jokes. So it's a pleasure to be here to actually pay tribute to him in this way.
Casal, tell us a little bit. I'm dying to ask you, how was your Christmas season this year? Being in the industry, being in this particular industry for so many years. Describe it for me.
It was difficult. I mean, words can't explain how difficult it was, especially for the band. I mean, we started rehearsing late because we weren't sure what to expect of the season. Only when we heard that, the safe zones are being established and whatnot, we felt like, okay, as a parang band, we have a chance to make some kind of income. But again, but the aim is not necessarily to make income. It's to be able to spread the Christmas joy through music. So, we were so passionate about just doing that. Even if our clients weren't paying us, we were like, okay, we come in because we just want to parang. But other than that, it went well, it went smooth, and we just had to be safe on our end as well. So yeah.
Cassel, I know also there's many new upcoming artists, young upcoming artists. Any word of advice you would like to give at this time?
Definitely keep on striving. Keep on pushing yourself to the limit. You will get that break once you do the right things, once you pray and put that Almighty Father first, and you continue to be creative in your own unique way.
Cassel, you will be doing what we call here on Tamasha the curtain number or curtain numbers. And you're about to do your little tribute to Kenny J, Uncle Kenny J, as you so affectionately call him. You want to talk a little bit about that and tell our viewers what they can expect from Cassel? Okay.
Growing up, especially during Christmas time, your parents would have the radio on, and you're sure to hear Kenny J on the radio. And you're painting your house and you're dancing, and one of my favorite songs from him is Paintbrush. So that is the song I will be doing tonight, paying tribute to him with that particular song. And for me, as I am Hekaya in the soca world, I have some songs out now. You can look for them on YouTube. And you can look for me as well on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Hekaya. And look out for a new single I have coming out for this carnival.
That's a plug right there. Thank you very much, Cassel. And on behalf of our entire crew here at Tamasha, on behalf of Andrew and, of course, the entire production crew, let me thank you and wish you all the best for 2022. Thank you very much.
And same to you. Good evening, everyone. I am Cassel George, also known as Hekaya. And this is my little tribute to a falling parangdero, Uncle Kenny J, as we call him. And, just recently, I performed alongside him in a concert called Parang with Room. And, it was really a pleasure performing with Kenny J. I mean, if you know Kenny J, we have them steel jokes. But you know what? He was a lovely soul. And I want to pay tribute to him in this special way. Now, if you know this one, feel free to sing along. And let me go. Katong de dun de die die doy. Lo de lo do 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 do. Say de ketikin de de din din. Say de ketikin de de din din. Say de ketikin de de din din. I do de do de doy. I take some time off from my work for the Christmas to help my wife clean up. For the Christmas, me paintbrush, I can find it. My neighbor Joan have it. Immediately, I went down by she. Joan, I want me paintbrush, please. I want it, I want it, I want it. I want me brush, neighbor, give me brush, neighbor. I want me brush, neighbor, the same paintbrush, neighbor. I wanna paint my living room. I wanna paint my bedroom. I wanna paint my kitchen. I wanna paint everything. I want me brush, neighbor, give me brush, neighbor. I want me brush, the same paintbrush. And let me go. Kadung de die die doy. Rote do 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 do. Get de de din din. Get de de din din. Get de din din. I lo de doy die die. My friends and family just come for the Christmas to drink and have some fun. curtains ready to go up. Still have to go and shop. Parangs I come in early morning. Joan, I want me paintbrush, please. I want it, I want it, I want it. I want paintbrush. Neighbor, give me paintbrush. I want paintbrush. A decent paintbrush. I wanna paint my living room. I wanna paint my bedroom. I wanna paint my kitchen. I wanna paint everything. I want paintbrush. Neighbor, give me paintbrush. I want paintbrush. Give me paintbrush. Katung de die die doi. Rotel do 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 do. Ticking dead in tin, ticking dead in tin, but ticking dead in tin. See searching. If you see she's searching all over the town, she's searching. If you see searching, I take some time off from my work for the Christmas to help me wife clean up. For the Christmas, me paintbrush I can't find it. My neighbor Joan have it. Immediately, I went down by she. Joan, I want me paintbrush, please. I want me brush, neighbor, give me brush, neighbor. Want me brush, the same paint. I wanna paint my living room. I wanna paint my bedroom. I wanna paint my kitchen. I wanna paint everything. I want me brush, neighbor. Neighbor, I want me brush. Decent paintbrush. Kadunge die die doi. Rotel do 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 do. Get a king dead in tin. Get a king dead in tin. But a king dead in tin. I loaded the toy.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Sport Insight, where we bring sport to life. Be viewing every Monday and Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. right here on MCTV.
Trouble, I wouldn't lie.
Well, viewers, this is where we bring the curtains down on today's presentation of Tamasha.
Carol, it really was a lovely show. It was really nice, and
It was indeed.
I think what I'm most proud of today, Carol, is that the young bomber said we would have done his dad proud, and he would have enjoyed that. And I think that's what I'm most proud of
That's
today.
right.
That we paid tribute to the mighty bomber in a way that he would have appreciated it. And Kenny J, the fun-loving fella that he is, I'm sure.
Today we had, this evening we had so many bittersweet moments on the sets
It really
of
was.
Tamasha. It really, really indeed was.
And of course, we just want to encourage all of you to support our local artists as we do here on Tamasha on MCTV. Support those young Extempo artists. I mean, Black Sage and Contender were, there's no other way to describe them but epic. Carol, I think epic really kind of sums it up for them.
Yes, yes. Well, viewers, thank you very much for the pleasure of your company on today's presentation of Tamasha. And a gentle reminder to join us next Saturday
at 7 p.m. because of course, Tamasha is the grand show and the curtains on this show can never go down. So, of course, Saturday night at 7 p.m. and this is Tamasha, the grand show, the grandest show of them all. It's not just musical variety. So if you have any talent at all,
That's
Carol,
right. You're invited to be a part of Tamasha, a grand show.
And of course, Carol and I will see you next week, Saturday. And Do enjoy your weekend. Be safe.
Well, this is a real soca parang, all right? So I want everybody to get together and do something nice. Lesson, you ready? Let me go.
My great grandmother, Mistress Rubble,